Hi, it's Kyle Jenks here again, and in today's lesson I'm going to talk about how you can achieve the flexibility so you can improve how you move through your lower body. So the flexibility exercises I'm going to be showing you are designed for people who really just don't have that much flexibility at all. So if you're that person who thinks, well, I'm so tight, I can't even be bothered to start stretching because it's all too difficult. I'd never go to a yoga class because I just embarrass myself. Right, so these stretches are designed for you, okay? Those super flexible people, let's not worry about that. You can do this, but there's way more advanced types of stretches that you can do for these stretches. So the first area we're gonna concentrate on is the glute stretch. So the glute is a pretty important muscle to stretch because, like I was mentioning in the last couple of videos, if you're sitting down for regular periods of time, the glute muscle and the hamstring muscles are shortened and tightened, right? So we're going to target this glute area first. So what you can do is you can elevate your front leg on a chair or a bench or a bed will do the trick. And what this helps you do is get into the external rotator of the glute. So you'll see here, I'm going to place my front knee up onto this little box that I have here. And then I'm going to try and bring this ankle as in line with this knee as possible. Now, there's a high likelihood you're not going to get your ankle in line with that knee. So what you may have to do is have it at about a 45-degree angle. And that's a good way to start, right? So here, I'm going to demonstrate it like that. I've got my knee slightly forward, I've got my ankle back here at a 45-degree angle. Then you're going to place your hands up on the object that you're using, and you're going to take your back knee, and by simply dropping your back knee down, what you're going to feel is a glute stretch, right? So what I'll do is demonstrate that onto the other leg so you've got a better idea of what's going on. So you see there, this is the area we're targeting here. Notice how I'm keeping my lumbar erect. I don't want my back to be flexing over like this, right? So once you get to that position, you're then going to increase the stretch by dropping down. Now, you want to try to do a little bit of active and passive stretching. So the active stretching, what we're going to do here is we're going to take a deep breath in, breathe out, drop into a deep stretch, come back out of it. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, drop that out of it. So you want to do that approximately about 10 times, and on the 10th repetition you're going to go to your maximal range of motion and you're just going to hang out there for about 30 seconds, yeah? And then obviously you would turn around and you would change it on to the other leg. So that's commonly known as the pigeon stretch, which is for the glute. We're then going to target the hamstring muscle. Again, the hamstring muscles are shortened and tightened into the nature of sitting down in chairs for long periods of time. So when we bend over to try to pick things up, our hamstrings get short and tight, our backs overflex, and we feel it in the lower back. So what we want to do for the hamstring is simply bring one leg forward. So this is the leg that I'm targeting here. I'm going to put my hand in my lower back and I'm going to hinge over at the hip to feel the stretch through the hamstring, right? See my lower back, I'm keeping my lower back erect. When you do this hinge pattern, you don't want to flex the lower back over because all that's happening there is you're just exacerbating what the problem is in any case. So it's very important that you keep that lower back up and erect. So I stick my duck bum out and I hinge over at the hip to feel the hamstring stretching, right? Okay, so when you can get to past 90 degrees on that hamstring stretch, what you can start doing is progressing the stretch by lifting your leg up onto a step. So this may be a big jump up. This is quite a big jump up. I would start off by maybe just bringing the step up to that height, and then from there you can hinge from there. But I'm going to demonstrate on the slightly higher variation. You see here, I've got my leg lifted up. So this increases the range of motion demand, okay? So what I'm going to do is hinge over, feel the stretch, come back up again. Hinge over, feel the stretch, come back up again. So we're going to do 10 reps of up and down, and then on the 10th rep, we're going to hinge over and go to our maximal range of motion for 30 seconds. Okay, so we've dealt with the glutes, we've dealt with the hamstrings. Now we want to get into our quads, right? So here we can use a wall or a bed or anything that's a flat surface, right? So what we want to do over here is we want to take the back shin and wedge the back shin in. Now you'll see here, I can get my butt right up to my shin here. I can get the knee all flush, it's all nice, and I can come up quite comfortably. Now the majority of you that are tight, this is a position you're not going to get to at first. What you want to do is you want to be conservative in your approach, right? So you want to bring this back knee forward a little bit here. So there's a slight angle here. In the front leg, you're going to slide the front leg forward. You may just get to here, and that may be creating a monster stretch through the front of the quad there for you. And that's absolutely fine, right? So what you want to do is use a prop. So you see here, I've grabbed my rugby ball here, and I've used the prop of the rugby ball to start the first bit of range of motion. And as I get more and more and more range, I will be able to come more and more and more and more and more up into this exercise here. So here, I'm stretching out the front of the leg, yeah? All right, so you want to come up. Let's say you're in the stretch there. You want to scoop your pelvis up. Feel the stretch coming through the quadricep, yeah? Hold that, 1, 2, 3, release. Scoop up, 2, 2, 3, release. So again, you're gonna do 10 active stretches, and then right at the end, you're gonna hold it for a long hold, static, just holding in there for 30 seconds. Approximately 30 seconds, you can go longer if you like. And then obviously, what you do is change over and swap over to the other side, progressively working your way up. That's the idea about flexibility. It is not a quick, easy fix. It's something that, especially if you're tight, it's going to take a while for you to do this daily, and you will start getting range of motion. I've yet to work with someone who hasn't stretched for a long period of time and not gained flexibility. It's going to happen, it just takes time. You just have to be persistent, right? So those 3 basic stretches are going to definitely loosen up the hips, and so that you can move better sitting down, standing up, bending over, picking things up. If you just do those simple 3 exercises or 3 stretches, it's going to help a lot. So if you've got any comments or you want any help with anything specific, give me a shout, reach out to me, and I'll gladly help. Speak to you guys soon. Cheers, everyone.